Hey, thanks for tuning back into the channel. So, I was just thinking earlier today, I saw a little documentary on the YouTube about how social media has really hurt and destroyed the self-esteem of Gen Z and millennials. Not so much Gen X or the boomers, but those two in that demographic. So, um, it turns out that never in history have we had such a self-esteem problem with young women and young men, starting at a very early age, even as young as 8 years old, 7 years old, by seeing all this image and all this extra stuff the internet has to offer with Instagram and Facebook. YouTube's part of it. Just internet in general, TikTok, of course. All these little problems, all these little distractions we have, dopamine hits, they've given us the most connectivity ever, but at the same time, they're disconnecting us, at the exact same time. We're hyper-connected and very lost and disconnected and suffering from low self-esteem. Well, how I'm tying this back into the whole fitness stuff is, it's totally up to you to be your own advocate for your own fitness, because you can only work out your own body and build your own muscle and take away your body fat or gain your strength, power. It doesn't have to be about fat loss and muscle gain, but performing, dancing, playing a sport, football, volleyball, whatever it is. You are the manager of your body. So it's super important that you are gonna, manage your experiences that you're having and your self-esteem. That's just part of life. And one thing that I have always been a proponent of is that you can work out. And I started this as a very young kid, work out, and you only get to work out for your body. So there's just really no sense in judging people and then saying, no, I wish I was this person, or this person's this lifestyle they got is just so much greater. And you get your own personal experience, which is great. And you get your own personal body, which is yours to craft. So part of this social media thing I saw, this little documentary, was also about the use of filters through the new technology we have on computers, applications, cell phones in general. And I found out a lot of Instagram fitness influencers, folks like that, models, the beautiful people of the world, are also, they're already in the top bracket for, having the best looks, but they're also using filters to exaggerate their shape in general, which is just crazy, and it's just not needed. And that's given a skewed view of what is reality, what is capable of possibility inside an actual person's life. And there's all this filtration going on, and people are gaslighting people, and there's total catfishing going on, and using a filter so enhanced that it's night and day when you look at these images of these men and women out there, and the physique game, and the curvature, hip to shoulder ratio. Everyone's using this crap. So what I think is the most important thing you can do for yourself is to just push yourself to that next level. And if you are going to put in the work, you're going to do the desired work it takes for an outcome, for the result to equal a brand new body transformation, so to speak. Or you're packing on the muscle, you're packing on the gains, you're dropping the body fat, you're gaining the shape, you could do a handstand, any of these things, right? Instead of using the filtration process and an exaggerated body shape or fat reduction outcome or taking away cellulite, whatever that is, instead you can do the best you can do for yourself. If it's an honest, hard-working goal that you met, and you reached it, like stepping up on that stage and doing a bodybuilding show, for instance. Let everybody know that you're going to do it, diet down properly for it, put in the work, the years it took to get there, and then be competitive. That right there builds self-esteem. So why not just build your own self-esteem, crafted by your own merits, by your own hard work, using your own blood, sweat, and tears to get there, and it would boost self-esteem because you knew that you had the mental capability and the physical prowess and the determination and everything it took, the discipline to get yourself to that level, to transform yourself, which builds the self-esteem. So you don't need filters. You don't need any of that crap. We don't need to gaslight or use outside of the normal realm of possibility of getting a desired outcome by using, performance-enhancing drugs. Now, if you do, that's great. Use them, but don't promise this is like what is possible for the average person. And then young, impressionable teenage boys and girls now see this and say, oh, this person, I could do that, but they're using extra shit. Or what you're seeing is not even real. It's AI generated. It's fixing, it's polished. So you're not even getting the real thing. Instead, do everything you can to become the real thing, and then you don't need any filtration. And it's quite a form of narcissism we all caught ourselves in at this point in history. We all have our curated little boxes that we're in, and our little feeds that show us exactly what we're looking for, and we're living our own personal little life. But I just gotta say, you can avoid the whole lack of self-confidence and lack of self-esteem thing and comparing yourself to others if you just do the work for yourself. There's only one version of me. Do the best you can with that version. And then you have the confidence, and you know that you did what it takes to get there, and there's no second guessing, and nobody could take that away from you either. When you actually get into the shape you're supposed to get in to prove what you are going to do, and then you come up with it, you come up with the money to do it, it makes sense, and you get there, no one can say shit. They can snicker, they can be jealous behind their own face, keep it to themselves, or they can say something, but like I said before, if you got a hater, you're on the right track. So let that be. Don't fall victim to the compare trap. It's worthless. Instead, you can compare yourself to yourself. Comparing myself to years ago, I can do things I can do at this time in my life that I couldn't do 10 years ago. Certain things. Not that I couldn't get there, but I've practiced enough at this time with the whole calisthenics thing, and I've gotten to a different spot than I was in the past. But it still took a while, and I had to work hard to do it. Had to build myself up for it, and then therein, with the practice, with going through the struggle, that is what builds the confidence. That is what builds the slight narcissism. It's a bit narcissistic. And I think, hot take here, but I think a little bit of narcissism is healthy. You should have a high self-esteem. You should have a high self-worth and be confident in yourself, in your ability, because that right there is what makes you a valuable human. It'll make people depend on you if you believe in yourself. It's something worth doing. So don't hide in the shadows. Be a bit narcissistic, be a bit cocky. This doesn't change, still being a decent person. Reach out and help others. Have a good heart. Don't get too far in your dark energy. That's not helpful either. Love thy neighbor to a healthy degree, but of course keep boundaries. Don't let anyone step on you either. Of course. But just a little thought about narcissism tied to self-esteem, to cockiness, and comparing yourself on social media. Be the best you can be. It's a waste of time to get all up into someone else's business and be excited about their life. Instead, focus on your own. And once you focus on your own, you build yourself up, you'll have enough to share with others. All right, signing out there. Just wanted to throw that out there into the web, show a video. Comment if you have any thoughts about this. Have a good night. Keep up the good fight.